1, 2, 3, 6, 7 people have joined. Let me unmute you. Yeah, I unmuted you.
Okay, let me switch off the phone.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, there's a question. Somebody asking a question. Yeah, I think everybody is able to hear you.
Okay. Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead. So that I'll catch up once you make an introduction, then I'll go from there.
Okay. I logged in as a regular attendee.
Okay.
So you want to wait a couple of minutes because few people are still joining?
It's 35 now. 1, 2,
just
3,
wait
4,
2 more
5,
minutes.
6 people are there.
Okay. Yeah. Other folks, they registered. Just wait a couple of minutes.
Okay. I just put in a note there.
We can start.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody join. So let me introduce myself. This is Srini, and SP. We are the faculty for that Learn from Guru, and we are giving these training programs last 11 years. And VMware we started like almost 6 years. And 2014, this is our first batch. SP, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So SP is the faculty for that VMware. He is the VMware certified administrator. And this training program for individuals who join individual people based on their interest and switch their career. And at the same time, other folks for the different consulting companies and other groups, because the individual people 4 or 5 and different groups. So all these trainings we are conducting through remotely. Both me and SP, we live in California. We are conducting remotely for all the training programs. So SP will take care all the training program, and just to give you a brief introduction, we conduct these training programs weekly, 3 classes, Saturday, Sunday and Wednesday, and the timings will announce by SP, and he will provide a remote access to factories, all the VMware labs on our lab servers. And not only just a training, we help the candidate for the placement assistance, job support and everything, and through your companies or individuals, whatever the company you requested. Resume help and like a little bit job support they requested. Any questions, please send me an email to training@learnfromguru.com. Some of our folks will reply back. So otherwise SP will take the leadership and start the training program. SP?
Right, thank you, Srini.
Yeah, sorry, my voice is not good, a lot of sinus.
No problem.
Okay,
I can hear you very well. Hopefully everybody can hear you very well.
Okay, you can mute me, then you can continue your training program.
Sure. Thank you, Srini.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is SP, and we are conducting this VMware training for several years now. We started almost this might be 13th or 14th batches we are conducting. Our training, hopefully everybody is able to see my screen. I just want a confirmation from one or two at least. You can hear me very well and you can see my screen very well. So can you confirm? Just a couple of people. How about you, Srini? You are able to see my screen and hear me very well?
Yes, this is Srini, yes.
Okay, I'm just unmuting again. Okay, just want to see a couple of people, whether they are able to see. Chat session here. Yep. Okay, let me continue. Yes, I think a couple of people have already confirmed that they can see the screen. Very good. So, as Srini mentioned about this training program, where we are in this training for the past several years, we will be connecting this online training, VMware training, and we will be telling the latest version, 5.5. If you are having any questions or any doubts on any version, we can go ahead and clarify all the questions. Our introduction, where just know what we made an introduction, and most of our training is online, where we will be having a classes 3 times a week. That is Saturday and Sunday. 11:30 we'll be starting. This class will take 2.5 hours to 3 hours. We'll be having a 5 minutes break. That's about the timings. So Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. Wednesday we'll have 1 hour only. Unlike Saturday, Sunday, we'll have 3 hours. And we will be providing infrastructure where you will be logged on, giving a remote access to our servers, to our labs, our storage, our servers, and we will be covering pretty much all the syllabus on Authorized Training Center. You will be going for a certification, whatever the syllabus has been covered, we'll be covering. Other than that, we will be covering a little bit on the networking and the storage, little bit on the PowerShell, all the elements which are required for you to success in VMware, we will be covering. We expect what you should be having is a laptop, of course. If you have problem with the mic or something, then you should have phone line or something like that. And make sure you have a consistent internet connection. Otherwise, we don't want you to pay the fees and spend your time and miss the class. We don't want that one. And then those prerequisites, if we come to the prerequisites, is you should have an understanding of an operating system, either Windows or Linux or Solaris or any operating system. Other than that, prerequisites, timings, I already mentioned about the timings. We will be not only giving a training, we will be giving real-time scenarios where you have day-to-day encounters, how the problem comes in a job while you are in a VMware admin, system engineer, things like that in your profile, how you encounter, what problems you're getting in a real scenarios. And then on the certification side, if you want to write on the certificate, once you finish the class, you should be able to go to any Promotic center and you can write an exam and clear the exam also. So there are some more details you need to cover up before you take a certification. What we'll be giving you material information. We'll be giving you the PDF documents, manuals. Other than your class access, web access, and remote access, we'll be giving you a lot of study material. Mostly everybody will be knowing this material, or it's all available free also, but people doesn't know unless you ask for the document, ask for the book, ask for the material. Since we are in this line of training for a long time, we know what course material you require. It's not that I give you a 300-page document, PDF document, okay, you figure out and come back to solution. No, we'll be giving you a syllabus, we'll be teaching you, and then there will be practicals after that. And if you get stuck, I will be walking you through how you get rid of that one, how you can do that. It's not only just a novel reading, a book reading, or go to movie. We will be watching you. We'll explain you how that practical you are successful and what are the um, behind the scenes or under the cover, so that you should know the components very well. Then you can modify that, massage that, and make your own shape of the picture. So that's how we'll be teaching you, in a real time. It's not that what you learn in textbook, you will have the same problem in your day-to-day activities on the job. So we'll be explaining your theory, the definition, and then a practical on that one. Assignment and practicals, we request you to be very sincere on the timings, number one. Second thing is all the classwork or whatever the information we ask you, the homework, where you'll be logging on remotely and doing the practicals. Those you have to be sincere. So those about the gender terminology. There is nothing technical here. I was just giving you an introduction, what is expected from you, what we are giving to you, what infrastructure we have, and what is that we are going to achieve. What is that all this we are talking about it. You are going to be a virtualization engineer, a system engineer, system administrator. This can be also like if you are in a QA or development or any job in your day-to-day job, it will be very helpful to you because whole world is going towards virtualization. If you go to Google or DICE or any other place or LinkedIn and type the jobs for virtualization engineer or development or anything, you hear, or in interview, you will definitely hear, what do you know about VMware? What is a workstation? What is a server? And how you can port this application, how business continuous is being done, how the application portability are there, how server console. There are a lot of other things we'll be teaching to you. So with being that said, let me move on to the next slide. Before going further, I want to give you an expectation also. Today's demo will be just 1 hour only because I can't go forever talking, and this is not a day one class. This is going to be a demo only. So you will hear a lot of talk from me. You will hear a lot of buzzwords, jargon, words, and all that about virtualization. So take it easy. You need not understand everything I'm saying. It's not possible. This is a 1-month course. So I'll be giving a schedule to you, what day we are teaching and what not. So every week, as I said, it's 3 classes. Saturday, Sunday we have 3 hours each. On Wednesday we have 1. We'll be giving you a theory, and we'll be giving you a practical, and then there will be lab work. So lab work can be, you can log on remotely anytime you want. It depends, like if we are not able to fulfill the load, then we are going to add more hardware. Maybe Srinimi will be giving us more hardware on the storage or servers. But will be rest assured, all your questions will be answered, and there won't be any question which is not answered or not helpful. Okay, going back our set of items, our class outlines, introduction. Introduction can be, I will be keep on jumping back and forth on this one because I want you to give you a little bit of a concept, and what we are doing is virtualization, what is this virtualization is called, virtualization is meant for, in what ways. We'll be going on, maybe in a couple of screens you will see. These outlines can be introduction, virtual infrastructure overview, and ESX server. This is the hardcore of virtualization. This is to be your hypervisor layer. What is this hypervisor layer? What is the hardware? What is software? What is the application? We will see in a couple of screens. When we go further, you will come to know. Will be giving you a little bit on the networking side, where how your switches are, how you create a more firewall, how you're netting, and how the VLANs are being configured, DB switches, and all that will be telling you. Storage. Um, Storage is one of the one of the component where storage is required when you are installing, configuring, and migrating application portability and all that. Storage, we should know like a little bit protocols like what is fiber channel, what is ISKZ, what is HTTPS access, and how the data has been shared, how the file level, block level, and how the data is, when you say store your document in a hard drive, how it is being stored, how it is writing, what are the cylinders, how the block is being written in one corner. When your system is busy, means full, you are going to defrag. Why system becomes good after defrag? Couple of things here and there will be telling about the storage. There are tons of types of storage, like what hard drive you are using, a SATA drive or fiber channel, or is it a SSD, which is the fastest one in the market. There are types of RAID controllers like RAID 0, 1, 2, 3. So, or iSCSI or SCSI, all these things has been part of the storage. A media right from the USB onwards, I consider all this part of the storage. And then virtual center installation. This is the major dashboard to access everything on the virtual center. So we'll be talking about that one. Virtual machine creation and management. It's how you create a VM, and how not only creation, how you manage that. What are the tools you get to access your virtualization. And then virtual infrastructure access control. You don't want to give Tom and Dick, Harry, everybody an access control, like giving a you give a coconut to a monkey and monkey doesn't know what to do. So you get into trouble when your infrastructure get been affected or formatted or deleted. Things in a production environment, it's no. So a lot of access control comes, role-based access, all those things like authentication of LDAP, NFS, or your Active Directory, Windows Active Directory. There are a lot of other ways. So we talk about that a little bit. You might be already thinking, what is he talking about? Lot of components here. It's not that you need not be perfect in all those, but you should have a little bit of definition. But we'll be teaching you all of them in a nutshell, and we'll be taking a deep dive, some of them, so that you will feel confident, especially when you are on the job, or you are going to a job, or you are already looking for a job. All these things are required. They ask you in interview, though they don't require all those things for the job you are doing, but they ask you just to check knowledge, how far you have your mind, and how far a little bit components on that one. They don't ask you about what is the car of Mercedes-Benz car, or what is meant of this paint and all that. They ask you a little bit related to the computer and the components, because you applied for the job, either development or QA or system engineer, system administrator, web developer, IIS, Apache, Tomcat, MySQL, blah, blah, blah. All these things, when you apply for a job, all these components definitely come into the picture. Resource management, giving a resources, how smart you are, you're utilizing your resources. It's not that you have money, you buy all the components, and when not been used, that's you're wasting money, wasting resources. So, and then having not a resources, how you are monitoring the resources put into effect, for the buck you paid, for the dollar you paid, you need to get a returns of that one, ROI, return of investment. This is very important, especially if you are, a lead, or your manager should understand. When you talk all the terminology, you get the benefit there. Then data and availability protection. Data is very important. You can't leak it out in the market and get lost, and the secrets are your IP has been lost. All those things has been how you protect, how you, sorry, how there is a floods happen, how you restore, how you DR site, your data recovery, remote site, all those is important. Planning, VI development, planning is very important among all the whatever the components, whatever the assets you have, whatever the infrastructure you have. Planning is also very important here. Now let's move on. Now, what is and why we have virtualization? You will be I'll show you some of the screens which makes your life easy to understand also. Introduction to VMware server virtualization, which is what we are all meeting today. We want to know about virtualization. And then comparing product performance. You can compare, like, even if you buy a laptop or anything, you want to compare, my laptop is better than the other one, how it is better, what way it is better, look and feel, or performance, or portability, or is it easy to carry, and compatibility, does it run all applications, is the components are cheaper, or is it proprietary? There's a lot of things there. Cost analysis, and then questions that will be. So in a virtualization, what is happened is, when you have a server, you can have a server or a desktop or a laptop, how effectively you spend maybe $1,000 or $500 or $2,000, and then you just load something, and you're just for MS Office or any IS application or anything, and then you're shutting down. And how best your utilization is, hardware utilization. So in a virtualization, the utilization is tremendously increased. How it is increasing, and we will be coming to know maybe in a couple of screens. We will let you know. Long-term mission resources, and how quick is possible in virtualization, how quick you can install an application, you can install an operating system, where we'll be showing to you. And then testing and troubleshooting. Since it's very easy, it's easy for you for when you want to have testing development in the production or QA. More effective and redundancy. How effective is that one? And then redundancy is very important. If you have one die, two dies, third one is gone, you can't afford a business continuance when you have a system die, or system broken, or hard disk have problem, or system fan, or any components. So redundancy is important. Maintenance, downtime, and disaster and system imaging. Right now, nobody wants you to put a CD, install operating system, and give a last name, first name, and a service pack installation. All those things going to take 2 to 3 hours, which people doesn't want you to sit in office and install a CD and patching and all that. You need to have a smart way of doing. So it comes to be scripting, imaging. You all will be knowing about ghost imaging. Norton long time back had. Now you have various different types of how you image. I can image your laptop to a VM. How you do that? We'll cover it in a couple of screens here. Disaster recovery is also very important. When your system is down and we don't have anything to cover it, how the recovery can be done. So give me 1 second. Somebody was asking questions here. Okay. Okay, that's fine. All right, I got the answers here. Disaster recovery is very important. As I was mentioning, is continuance of business is important. If we have a lot of reasons, we can have flood or anything, system is down, then how you recover is important. Let's move on because we may run out of time. Let's move on to other things, important things I want to share to you. In virtualization, how can you manage whole your infrastructure? You have a web-based control, and you have VM consists of one configuration. Let me show you a couple of screens here how it looks like, because this is important. My infrastructure, this one, let me go on. Let me show you my screen here so that I want you to get a look and feel how it looks like. What is it talking about virtualization? How it looks like and how the dashboard looks like. So once you have information, then you feel much better. This is the dashboard. This is where you will be doing all the practicals. This is where you will be accessing once a week, giving you. These are the servers, couple of servers. And this is all the dashboards, like what servers I have. For example, there are 2 servers here, and what configuration it has, how many virtual machines it has, and how the performance will look like, and then configuration, how you configuration, what memory it has, what storage, blah, 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 all the information, all the tasks, what it's doing, alarms here, permissions you're giving, how it looks like a mapping, how it is being connected. Will be touch base all these components here, and then how the storage thing and all the hardware components are. So those are the things we'll be showing. The reason I come here is how you access. This is a thick client here, or suppose you want to connect a system with the browser itself. Like this is a browser I'm connecting. I'm connecting the same system over the browser. I can see all my systems. For example, I want to see my VM, how it looks like. Here is my VMs. Here is my virtual machines, which are here. This is all the systems. I'm connecting over the browser here. This is what accessing the VMs. And suppose if I want to have a thick client, this is my thick client, which is here. Okay, here. So the thick client, this is the thick client, as I showed you in other screens, how it looks like over the browser you are accessing. I'm doing the same job in 2 different ways. Why I come here is I want to show you how you access the VMware infrastructure, a web-based access, and then how you configure it, and the mount CDs and all that, how you are mounting here. You just mounted like, for example, if I want to mount a CD and a MS Office CD or anything for that matter. So I'm just closing this one because we don't want that one. Yeah. For example, if I want to install a CD here on that one, all you have to do is you have to go to edit settings, and then you go to the CD, wherever your CD is, just mount a CD. That's all. You are not doing anything physical here. Everything is virtual. That's what I want to insist here. So the media connection, that is your dashboard, that is your KVM switch. So all your components, your servers, VMs, everything, you don't have a keyboard, you don't have a connection, monitor and all that. Everything is virtual. Just fire it up. You want to create your own CD-ROM, you want to have your own hard drive, memory, processor. You can have everything. You create, virtualize everything. You want operating system like I want Windows or Linux or Mac or anything. You can have, all you need is an ISO file, then you create a VM by yourself. VM can be multi-home. What do you mean by multi-home? A VM can be in one server, or it can be another server, depending on the resources available. Highly scriptable. By how you create a VM, I can create a VM using a PowerShell command or a Linux commands or anything. It can be scriptable or it can be available on the GUI. All this is possible. But if you know all this skill level, then it is very good for you, whether you are on the job or you are looking for a job or anything. And then granular permission individual. This is very important. You can tell the people, I want this team, marketing team should not be accessing this storage, these VMs, or they cannot log on, or they can log on, they can only view, they cannot make any changes. So that's where your permissions are. And detail logging, it's not that everybody does what they want, everything has been recorded. This basically, what is virtualization? As we mentioned here in the other screen, I mentioned hardware utilization, more effective hardware utilization. So what is that one you're doing? You're partitioning your hardware. You have a system and you're partitioning. How you partition, how it is possible, that's the main component of VMware, where you have a hardware, like this is the system, whole system, and then you have a CPU, memory, a NIC card, disk, a controller, and all that, and then you load an operating system and application. So everything on the brown color here is your hardware, and then you are loading an operating system, a Windows or Linux or anything, and then you are loading an application. In this one, what is that a VM is consist of? Let's move on to the next one here. The difference between on the left side and the right side is without virtualization. This is where we do on the old times. You buy a system either on Amazon or Price or anywhere, and then you load an operating system and application like an SQL application or your MySQL, Tomcat, IIS, whatever it is application. And then what happens if there is a problem? If there is a problem, you have to reformat everything you are doing all over all the time. So whatever application, whatever pictures or movies or whatever applications, documents, everything is gone. We don't want that one. So with virtualization on the right side, you see you have the hardware and there is it's a virtualization layer. On top of the layer, you are mimicking the same hardware, and then you are loading an operating system and an application. Here I have 3 applications in this one, an MS Office, a MySQL, and an IIS application. That's where we come to the definition of VM. A VM is nothing but a consist of an operating system and an application. So an operating system and application. So this is an operating system and application, and another VM. So you might be having in one server, how many VMs I can incorporate in one server? Happily, you can have maybe 10 to 15. Like you can see practical here, how many VMs I have here on my system. If you look at the system, I have around 10 to 15 VMs I have. It can be an operating system, a Windows, a Linux, or anything for that matter. So you can have n number of, it's not that n number of that one, you can have an operating system where you are getting enough speed for your application. If not, what do? You add more hardware and fire up more applications, more operating system. What operating system? It's up to you. It supports multiple operating systems. It can be XP, Windows 2003, 2008, Standard, Enterprise, blah, blah, blah. Or you go to the Linux. Let me show you how it supports an operating system here. Suppose I want to create a brand new VM. All I do is new VM here. And then we can go with the typical, I put the name of something, and then it asks me what is my data store. So pick up any data store I have, and what operating system. See, list of so many applications you can create in a VM. The tons of versions here, if you look at from XP, Vista, NT, 98, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, I don't like Windows. I'm a Linux person. Okay, let's select a Linux person here. How many types of operating? Red Hat, SUSE, Debian, few of them. Okay, I don't know about this operating system. I want to go with something because I want a Mac, I want a SCO Unix, or any other application, 32-bit, 64-bit. There are tons of them. These are few to tell you. There are a lot of other in the market, depending how people requirements are, what the need is. So every time you see a VM consists of an operating system and an application. That's about the VM. And I don't want to read and make your time more. because I have more slides to cover. So I'll be going a little faster here just to give you a bird view of components, what it is VM, what is virtualization, how we are doing, and all a little bit of information on all the components. Then you can decide, will this course is helpful for you? Will this will be helpful in day-to-day operations, or get a job, or already you are a job? You can do much better with the virtualization. It's all in the game. VMware provides hardware virtualization and component platforms, allow multiple applications. Isolation. What is isolation? Means if something happens this VM, you need not format entire system. Only this piece you will be deleting and recreating. But whereas on the left side, without virtualization, you have a problem, you have to format entire thing. So virtualization provides direct access to hardware. Yes, because it's not like nothing like your KVM switch in old times. All right, I'm just taking you one step ahead here. A traditional here and host based. This is where bare metal. This is where our ESX comes into picture. You see here, everything operating system application, operating system application. This is a one VM, multiple VMs you can have, and then how you manage and all that. What is the virtual center and all that? We'll see in a second. We already talked a little bit on the, we didn't talk about the history because it's not a marketing, we need to know all those information. But let's go about the product family, the virtualization architecture, host-based products are bare metal, virtualization anatomy, and machine autonomy files, how it consists of and all that. Let's move on. Here, it's a little bit history, how long is VMware was in the market, and different versions of the VMware. I was working right from version 1 onwards all the way. Right now it is 5.5. I have not included. This is basically this slide is also an important slide. You can see very clearly I have not written down anything on the screen just to make sure that we understand what is a simple component here. On the left side, you have an hardware, you have an operating system and an application. Your hardware remains the same. Don't touch that one. It can be an IBM system on HP or Dell or anything, or build your own system. But here, if you look at the operating system, what operating system? Up to you. What application? Your MySQL or Great Plains or Oracle or whatever application you have. This is an application. So in operating system, an application is nothing but one VM. Look at the right side. What I have? Hardware. Here I loaded a hypervisor, which is a VMware ESX. So the hypervisor I loaded, on top of the hypervisor I loaded 1 VM, 2 VM, 3, 4, 5, 6. The VM consists of what? An operating system and an application. What operating system? It's up to you. What version, what bit, 64-bit, 32-bit, or blah, blah, blah. Application, it depends. The tons of applications are there. You have to select. So if one application has a problem, the entire will go down? No, only this will have problem. And you can replace it, you can reinstall or copy, image, backup, restore, all that stuff. Whereas here, something happens to this operating system, your application, entire thing you have to rebuild it. That is not the case in virtualization. It is isolation because there is nothing to do with the other VM, what it is doing. So this operating system application is a VM. That's what our main goal is here. And under the hood, what you have? Hypervisor. Under the hypervisor, you have hardware layer. So hardware layer, your software, your virtualization layer, and then your application. I'm not talking about all the 7 layers of this one: hardware, software, abstraction, firewall, blah, 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 networking layer and all that. I'm not talking about that one. We'll talk about it later. We go deep dive into that one. What is the networking layer? How it is interacting? What is the hardware layer? What is the abstraction layer? And then we move on more depth into more components, but for now, let's take it easy. Let's see what is this virtualization we are talking about. And then on the consolidation, for example, you have a server, so many applications, if you want to move on, consolidate everything virtual machines, this is a VM. The VM, again, as I mentioned, operating system and application is a VM here. Let's move on and see the main definition of the virtual machine is. What is this hypervisor? It called so many names it has, but remember always the hypervisor, which is that's where if you look at the Microsoft or Oracle or Sun or any Linux platform or VMware, they call it hypervisor. This is a layer which makes all the difference here. The VMware layer. VMware, among all the virtualization, VMware is very popular in the market. I don't want to go on each component's availability, responsibility, compliance, all these things, OPEX, OPEX. It's too much to digest entire thing today. But we will touch base that later on. That is mostly theory. Here, and a hypervisor. I also made a bold here in the blue color here. Multiple operating systems to share a single hardware host. That's it. You have to stick to that point. A hypervisor, also called Virtual Machine Manager, VMM, is a program that allows multiple operating systems to share a single hardware host. Each operating system up here, blah, blah, blah. All this story is there. You don't require. But remember, what we are doing is we are putting a multiple operating systems on the same host, how it is divided, how it has been shared, how it is possible. All those things we will be talking more in detail. Some of the other components I just want to throw on the screen and just tell you is vCenter, we call it, which is the dashboard, lifecycle manager, staging manager, vCloud directories and lab manager is very popular. That's a totally different component. SRM, I'll be taking maybe one class or so just to explain you SRM, site recovery manager. I'll show you another screens on that one. vCenter operations, capacity planning, V means how the performance of the VMs, how they're doing, and what you have to interact. There will be some comments, there will be some alerts will be coming to you, warnings and all that. So those are the operations, vCenter operations. Converter, this is what we do a lot of them, especially when you want to convert your laptop to VM or your desktop to VM, or somebody build up an application, nobody want to touch that server, so we can P2V, it is called physical to virtual. V2V is virtual to virtual, P2V is physical to virtual, and vice versa you can go. VMware View, which is replacement for a VDI, virtual desktop interface. Host-based product, these are workstation, server, fusion, player. Workstation is especially, a lot of people uses this one. You can use workstation on a Mac also, which is called Fusion. Player is where you have VMware player, like your real player, like you build up an application. You just want to show it to your friend when you go to New York or Chicago. So all you do is you copy the VMDK file, a VM. What is a VM consist of? An operating system application. That's an VMDK file. So you take that file and go to New York or Chicago and use a player and play that VMDK file. Whole VM comes on the screen and you can demonstrate to him, show him how it is and all that. We'll be looking deep into that, how you develop a VM, how you portability, like you can copy that on a CD or USB stick, and in and out carry your servers, laptops, and all that for that information. So how it is possible, how we are doing, we'll show you. player is nothing but it's a free, it's a read only, but they have developed a lot nowadays. We'll take a deep into that later. What is that? We are talking about bare metal products. Bare metal products. Let me show you another screen. What is the bare metal? And bare metal is nothing but where you have just a skeleton of the server, where there won't be any operating system. What you will be installing, a ESX server. That's where your hypervisor layer. So you have a hardware. Like let me go back one step. Hold 1 second, please. Hold on. See, I got a email, got a call from Srini. I had to unmute him. 1 second. Okay, I just unmuted Srini. Go ahead.
Yeah. SP.
Yep.
Show me your environment and show me like VMs, like one or two on the lab side, like infrastructure side instead of PowerPoint. Probably you'll understand better. Like at least I'm not saying every example, just one or two samples, like where is the memory, where is the CPUs, like how the virtual machines. Show me the lab, then people get more confident.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me take you there, and I'll put your mic on.
Not immediately.
I was about to take you there, but it's a good point. It's a good point. What you do is I'll put your mic on mute, but keep on jumping because you have more experience. Let me take you there.
Okay. I'll put it in.
Sure. Okay. I'm not putting you on mute, so you can jump onto the call anytime.
Sure.
Okay. So what we are talking about is on the hardware, about the ESXi, the virtual layer. That's what we are talking more interested. Let me take you to a couple of other screens and show you. Okay, here it is. Here is the VMware. They talk more about the VMFS file system. What is greatness of this VMFS file system? Like VMware, Windows uses NTFS file system. We don't require to have in-depth of the file system, but we should know what it is consists of and how it is possible. I'm having one hard drive here, and then 3 servers are connected, and then each server has multiple VMs. What is a VM? I was about to tell you. Operating system and application is a VM. So I have multiple VMs and sharing everything in one drive. If one server goes down, all the VMs goes to other one. How it is possible? Let me show you a couple of things here and explain you more. The major components in a VMware is a vMotion, high availability, DRS, and consolidated backup. So vMotion, high availability, DRS are the very important things here. What is a vMotion here? Zero downtime, continuous service availability. So this is what I want to show you on my practical system. Suppose I have a system called, this is one of the system called VW test 02, which is what is the moment I know click on the system, because this, as I mentioned, this is your desk, this is your dashboard. So this IP address 151, for example, if you look at here, this is what 151 IP address of that system. And this is the name of the VM. If you look at the DNS name, that's the name. What is the component it has? For example, if I go right click and say edit settings, you will see it has 4 gig memory, it has 4 CPUs, it has 1 hard drive, which is 40 gig hard drive, and 1 CD-ROM, 1 network card. If I want to add more, I can add a hard drive, network card, a hard drive, a USB, or whatever it is I can add it. We'll go more into those things, components later on, but I just want to show you and what operating system it has and then what the resources it has. You can also configure and customize the components on that one. For example, typically what you get is you get system is, oh, my hard disk is full, I don't have system, my 90 GB of my 90% of my, for example, take us here system. This is a hard disk I have, C drive is I have a 21 gig, I mean 38 40 gig it has, and everything is full. I can't do anything. What you do in a real-time system is you have to shut down the system, and then you have to buy a hard drive and connect the ribbon and all that stuff, and then bring it up. Here it's not like that. It's all virtual, I mentioned. So if you have a 40 gig hard disk and it is 90% full, for example, I want more, how you add 5 more gig if I want, or 10 more gig if I want. So all you do is you right click here and then go to edit setting. I'm just showing you a simple example. I have 40 gig here, so I want to make it to 50 gig, means I want to increase it from 40 gig to 50 gig. Say OK here, and then see the task is finished here. Everything I do, the task is showing up. So go back here and then just right click on the system and then go to your storage. This is nothing but I'm just playing with the plain Windows. All you have to do is you right click and say rescan. The moment you rescan, it already has a 40 gig, and whatever I added 10 gig, it showed me here. So remember, as I mentioned, it has 40 gig only. How we will expand that one? So all is right click here, extend the volume. How much you want to extend? All the 10 gig you give it, or you can extend 5 gig and you can put a reserve and do it later on. But right now we are increasing all the 10 gig. So right now from 40 gig it came to 50 gig. So let's go and see. I'm just hitting a F5 here to refresh. Here, voila. The system now has a 50 gig of space. So it has 50 gig space. I have not done anything trick here. All I did is this is one of the simple example how you expand, and so the problem is solved. I didn't shut down the system. Users were crying that they have a problem with the system. So I just expanded just on the fly. I didn't do anything here. So similarly, there are a lot of other components where you want to go ahead.
Yes, I want to share with you on real time. If you don't mind, I'm interrupting.
Yeah, so, go ahead.
Just I want to share with you one of our client. We are close to 300 servers.
Okay.
These are physical servers I'm talking about.
Okay.
So 300 physical servers. I'm a database servers because I'm a DBA, so I know only database servers. I'm not talking anything. Yeah. And closely they are using approximately 50 terabytes of the data.
Okay.
Just I'm giving the real time what we do. So all this infrastructure, very high volume of servers like 250 gig RAM and 5 to 7 terabyte storage and 40 CPUs, some are like 80 cores, high volume of servers. Okay. But they spend a lot of money and the storage on everything, and we know that some of the applications not require that much storage, not require those many CPUs. So like total CPUs we used maybe like 700 CPUs. Okay, and we are using so many hard drives and everything. So what the company decided, forget about the existing environment, then implement the VMware. Okay. So what we are doing currently, we are creating small VMs, or some are like bigger VMs, and completely all physical environments, all 300 physical servers data, all physical servers databases, everything we are converting into VMware. It's a big huge project. Just I want to share with you the importance of the VMware.
Yes. Yes, because
sorry for the interruption.
No. That's absolutely. That's a perfect example. What happens is when you have, suppose you have a system, a Dell system or HP system, and you want to have migrate all those your SQL database or anything to another physical server. What you do is you have to buy the same system and you have to install operating system, and then there will be a lot of compatibility, all that stuff. But in VMware, it doesn't matter. Under the hood, what you have doesn't matter. All I need is I need to know your IP address of the system. Once I convert P to V, it is called physical to virtual. I can convert your existing system to a VM and move the VM from, for example, this VM is right now is on the server 39, ESX39. I have two servers, 39 and 40. If I want to move this server to 40, all I need to is just drag and drop here. Of course, that will take some other system here because that has some other component. This system is on 40. If I want to move this one, 39, just move, that's all. I keep everything as it is or move everything. That's all. And it will move. You can see here, this VM right now it is 39 and it will go to 40. It was the 40, it moved to 39. So moving, and then I can automate all these things with the command line. I can automate, or I can move in GUI, or I can use orchestrator. There are a lot of tools available also. So what you said example is perfect example. You are moving 300 servers, so much of terabytes and all that, and then it will figure out how the resources are being utilized. Like if I go to my server here, so many VMs are here, and then if I go to other server, and I don't have so many, I have only 4 VMs which are there. How much CPU is being used, and then what is the buck I'm paying to the return of investment I was mentioning, how you are utilizing. We are not interested on that one, but our manager, our person, the COO and all of those people are very much interested. I can't keep on buying the hardware for you, for your project. Show me what is the capacity you have. I give you 10 systems and only 4 systems are used 80%, other systems are used 5%, one system is used 90%. Can you equalize that? Oh, you have to do a lot of stuff there, but here everything can be automated. You have a DRS, for example. If you go click on the clustering, this is not a real cluster like Microsoft clustering. You just run the DRS. What it does is it will move all these VMs, whatever you have the virtual machines, all the virtual machines will be equally distributed among these two servers. It's that easy. I can show you a couple of commands how you do on the PowerShell also, how you create a VM and all that. Like you want to have 10 systems, 100 systems, 200 systems. All I need is just one line command, and I need an Excel sheet, host name, IP address, that's all. And then on memory, hard disk, how you want, just put everything in an Excel sheet. I say select object, this Excel sheet, and it will deploy everything for you in few minutes, few seconds, a few minutes, depending is it a linked clone or physical clone. All these things is possible. It looks very easy, it looks very simple, but this is a lot of development here. If you want to do the same thing physical, you have to order a system, physical system. You have to order boot CD, you have to connect a monitor, keyboard, all the stuff here. But here in virtualization, everything is virtual. Everything is I create my own CD, my own keyboard, mouse, monitor, everything. We'll go a little deep into that in a second. Hopefully we have time. I had to explain you this component, which is very good. As I mentioned that I moved a system from 39 to 40, a VM, how I migrated? I didn't do anything. The system is not down. The VM migrated from 1 to 1, which is 0 downtime, continuous service availability, complete transition. So and then it can be vMotion support like other components I was mentioning about the NAS iSCSI storage. We'll do that later. Here, high availability. What happens when my server goes down, for example? So when server goes down, automatically the VMs are being migrated to other servers, which is available. It has been automatic. This is the greatness of VMware. This is the dashboard which does everything for you. This does everything for you. Automatically restart that VM in another server. Okay, we saw that one. Let's move on to other system here. What happens? One VM needs more resources than other. So let's do. When it requires more, what it does, it will kick out all other VMs to other servers so that this particular VM gets more resources and business keep on going. Bottom line is important. This VM, which has all the orders taking, very good website where your main server, which will generate revenue for your company, where we all get salaries, benefits, and all that. So it's nothing but DRS, distributed resources. Intelligence is built in right here. Let's move on to other system, other components. I want to show you. This is about the DRS again. And then storage, like you have one system where all the files are there in one hard drive, and you added another like EMC or NetApp or Hitachi or IBM or anything. So the files are automatic. The moment you add, files are automatically distributed to other server. It will spread across. This is all done on the line, online. There is no downtime here we are talking. This is very important. Online. There is no downtime. Continuous supply. You can't say, oh, I need to shut down the storage and I will do it on a Saturday, Sunday. No way. Everything has to be done on the fly. So this is what. If one is overloaded, what is happening? If one is overloaded, it will move automatically. It will resize for you. Means there is already administrator built in. He is doing all the hard work for you. You can schedule a time, or you can do online, or you can automate all that stuff. So what is the benefits you have? Scalability, reduce provisioning, eliminate VM downtime, automate out, all these features here. I don't want to read and spend your time now. So let me move on. If you have infinity rules, it is talking about, we'll talk about later. DPM is also very important. What happens is, on Saturday, Sunday, your people in UK, they don't come to office. So that means power, you can shut down this server and move all the VMs to other one. Next day morning, people come back and it will automatically move. It will go and start this server and move the VMs back to this server. So it knows that we need a resource and it will move the VMs back there. So it's all built in intelligence. Suppose you have a new server, I have 3 VMs which are overloaded. What you do, you have added one more server to the network, and the moment you add, it sees that the resource is available, automatically intelligence is kicked in, and the VMs are being moved automatically to other server. I'm doing everything is automatic here. So same way, I can show you the practical here also on our server. Suppose this system, if I want to move all these servers which are meant here, I want to move them to whichever server, 39 server for example. All I say, okay, go ahead and move. And what is happening here? You can see on the bottom screen, all the servers are being moved there. See, all the servers all being moved. Some of them are busy, so it is taking time to move. But once it is 100% moved and it's completed, the servers are there, which are there here, are already moved here. You can see here. So it is very easy to migrate. It depends like what network you have. Because right now I have a gigabyte network in a network in the home, so 1 gigabyte, and where I have a 4 cards team to that one. I'll show you a little bit of configuration here. For example, the configuration on this one, if you go to the network adapters, I have 4 network cards. Each card is 1000. That means not 100 Mbps. This is 1 gigabyte. So I have teamed all 4 cards, and that's the reason I get the speed. Like if I go to our server also, we installed now 4 network cards, and then all are configured. Everything is I'm doing on the server level only, but on the VMs and all that, they don't require to have all this hardware. I'll take this as a basic component and virtualize that one. So as I was mentioning, nowadays we don't require anything physical, everything is virtual, but you need to have a resources backend. Backend resources are very important. Let's move on. Storage Vmotion, how it works. This is a little, you need to have more information. First is on virtualization, then we can go storage Vmotion. The storage Vmotion and normal Vmotion is VM will be moving from one host to another host. If it is a storage, the storage file, VMDK file will be moving from one host to another, one storage to another storage. I want to show you, like I was talking about virtualization. See, everything like I have my files, my disk is VMDK file, my CD-ROM or my swap file, my VMFS file, my log file, everything is a component. Let me show you a little bit on that one. For example, we create a new virtual machine here. We call them as ABCD, and then we say next, and that's fine. What operating system you want, and I just selected 4 MB only, just for demo purpose I'm creating, and finish. So where is my ABCD? Here is my ABCD. I just want to start this one. It doesn't start because if it is powering on, like I started this system, okay, I will shut it down just to show you. See, I'm just powering off the system, ABCD system. What does this contain? So that's where I want to show you here. On the summary system, this has 1 CPU, this has version here, this is Windows 2008, blah, blah, blah. So let me see. As I mentioned, it's a file. This ABCD is a file. What is consist of? One VMDK big file. All others are like VMX file, which is contains all history of that operating system, of IP address, CPU, memory, blah, 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 and log file. That's all. This is all. Everything is a VM now. This is a VM. And this is what I was talking about here. Components, what the files is consist of. In interview, they will ask you, what is that VM consist of? VM consists of an operating system. Where what is an operating system here? If you go to edit settings on that one, it will tell you this is an operating system, and these are all the components of the file, and then that's how I showed you in a practically here. On the practical, what files it has. In a suppose, okay, I want a system on this one. I want to install a Linux system. Okay, all you need is you need to browse the system, and then I have loaded all the softwares here. Okay, I want a Microsoft operating system. These are all the Microsoft files. Okay, I want some other system. I want a Linux system, or okay, what I have Ubuntu CD. You can install it. Once you have this lab, you are at your will and wish. You can install any operating system. You can build it, customize it, cluster it, do whatever you want. But you should know what you are doing. Will it be helpful to your day-to-day job or what you are doing? That's where it matters. So let me move on because we might run out of time. Otherwise, snapshot is very important. Suppose snapshot is the greatest thing I want to explain more, but we don't have too much time. Like you have developed everything here, and then you went to on vacation to China or Hawaii or anywhere, and then when you come back, all the files, all the systems are being development you have done is been gone. So what you do, you'll be responsible. You have to do from the scratch again. The snapshot is you can take a snapshot if somebody messes it up, and then all you do is you roll back to your snapshot, and the system will be as it is the day before you went on vacation. Snapshots are, you can have multiple types of snapshots. This is very important, especially when you are in development or QA or anything. Snapshots are real lifesavers, I will call it. Here, I was mentioned to you already. I showed you a demo. We extending the 10 gig VMware for how it grows, how you expand. I don't want to do it again, but you know the theory here, how the storage is being maintained, how on the fly. One thing I want to insist here is everything we are doing here is on the fly. It's called business continuance. And then application portability. These are the things which are needed for day-to-day operations. Your business continuous, application portability, your server consolidation, all these things are very important, and everything is virtual. You put in a USB stick or a CD-ROM and go away and come back. It's portability. You can roam around with that one. So how we are expanding, I'm just showing a picture here. Let's move on to thick provision and thin provisioning. It supports a thick and thin. What is a thick and thin? Is where you store a file, and it's types of called, I don't want to use all the terminology right now, like a lazy zero, where when you store a file, a document or picture or photos in a hard drive, what it does, it goes and writes on the cylinder all the places. But if it is thin provisioning and thick provisioning, or if it is what you do, like your system is busy and you do defrag your system and it becomes faster, what it does is it will move all the blocks to one place. When the cylinder moves, the head gets the access of the files because they are all grouped in one corner. It is much faster, and it cleans up the bad blocks and all that. We can talk about this later, which makes more sense. Data recovery, this is very important. It's not that just you have files and all that. How you recover, we use a snapshots here. We take a snap of the file and then we send it across, like a different system, like New Orleans has flooding. What happened to them? It goes to water. Can you recover them? You cannot. What we do is we have a recovery center from New Orleans to New York. So New York is fine. Only New Orleans got water. So when you have a snapshot and sent to New York, and then my VM is down in New Orleans, and then I have a backup that day, means snapshot restored, then I put it back, that file. How we do? We will do practicals. You have your VM, your file, we'll delete it. How you recover? You show up these components to your manager, to your team. They will be very impressed. These are very small technologies. It's all built in. And you will be doing practicals of all those things what I'm showing to you today. Update Manager is like a WSUS, Windows Update Services. I'll show you later on, because with Update Manager, you can do update one ESX host at a time or one VM, and then you can move on. And so for example, I'm doing this one server here and move all the VMs from this host, and then once it's finished, I can move to the next one and the other one. So it move on all the time. Consolidated backup is very important because all your VMs are being on the SAN storage backed up here, and then you backed up to the different location. And once you want to file backup, what it is, you can request, all the files will be in a reverse order and you can restore them. VMware Consolidated Backup is a Windows-based application that provides centralized backup facility. Disaster recovery, backup, these all coexist each other. I already showed you the components here: network card, serial port, mouse, keyboard, blah, 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 CD-ROM, floppy drive. Everything is virtualized. How you make it virtualized, how you mimic a file, a CD-ROM, an ISO, a keyboard, and all that. We'll be learning more on this one as we go by. You think once you finish or once you follow my class and do the practicals, it will become a piece of cake for you. It becomes so easy, and not that I'm working on this one for a long time. It's my passion to say it's easy, but once you get the taste of this one, even at home or office and all that, you try to think more on virtualization. Like I was mentioning, isolation, encapsulation, like one VM gets a problem, all other VMs have been saved, and you can take this VM in a USB or your briefcase and go different way and show them on a VMware player and show them how you do. It's all encrypted, it's all isolation, then it's protected. It's also independent also, you can make it.
SP.
Yep.
I have a meeting at within 11 minutes, another meeting.
Okay.
I'm jumping to that, so you can carry on. And I will send you a detailed email to all presenters, whoever join attendees.
Sure.
So when is the next class? Is it tomorrow or Wednesday or next Saturday?
Next Saturday. We'll start from next Saturday.
So you're starting the batch from next Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. So meanwhile, I can send you some little bit documentation and all. Okay?
Sure. Sure.
So we'll follow up end of today and tomorrow.
Sure.
So you carry on. So I will not log off. I'll be here, but within 10 minutes, I'll jump into another meeting.
I think we should be done by now. So you carry on. I will. We'll almost come to the end now.
Yeah. No problem. Carry on.
And then I'll finish this, and then I will keep you posted.
Yeah. Find out any questions anybody's. So answer them.
Yeah. Okay. I'll open up the mic at the end of the session. Because right now, if I open up mic, it will be like too many people talking. I cannot complete this in 1 hour. We already crossed 1 hour.
Okay, no problem.
Sure.
Thank you. Take care.
No problem. Thank you, Srini.
Thank you.
So in a VMware, where existing application, your feature applications, how your vCenter server suite is, here in application server, you have Vmware. Why it is popular? I'm talking about why it is popular. You have vMotion, storage vMotion, high availability, and then you have your safe and vShield zoning, DRS, hot add, all this like compute, storage, networking. We will be talking a little bit one class, maybe one of the cloud, like private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. What is this cloud business? What is that? We have a data center, we have a storage, and we have cloud. We'll talk more on that one later. This is a repetition. Okay, how much time it takes to install an XP or Windows 2008 or 2008? It may take 1 hour, and the patches and all that another half an hour, maybe 1.5 hours or 2 hours. But installing ESX host will take power on the server, boot the system, admin password, modify, everything takes less 7 minutes to 8 minutes maximum. That's all. It's so simple, so easy to install. On top of that, you access over the browser and you create your own VM. And then, as Srini was mentioning, how you do all your 300 servers, they have a 30 terabytes, something he was mentioning. Even I heard first time. We did this many times. A couple of times I was involved in the project. Like you discover all the servers, you analyze them, then you convert them. And then you see how all these VMs here automatically discover. And you can automate all this process over the night. You need not do that and hit the keyboard next and all that. No, everything can be automated. Production and recovery, as I mentioned, that DR site is what DR site. It's not that just having a production. Something goes wrong under the water. What will happen? All the files have been in recovery. We'll be taking 1 or 2 classes on this one. Because this is, if you go to any other training, everything is separate. SRM is 30 days separate training, but I'm just mixing little bit of storage, a little bit of networking, little bit of SRM, trying to give you all the components related to that, so it will be easy for you to get a job, or if you are on the job, it will be much useful. Okay, this one thing I showed you, like I think I already showed you how you access VMware or the browser. Like for example here, I think so. Okay, here. Okay, this is the HTTPS. All you require is and okay, that's all. VMware, and you can access the, well, like once I give my username password, it will, let me show you here my access. My CalDC is our domain we built in the lab, and you can see all the VMs. Like if I go to my virtual center here, my VMs, you can see all the summary here, all the VMs which are there, and each, let me maximize this. It can show you what CPU, memory, storage, how it is. Like if I go much deeper into that, and I know we created a test VM here, like just now. What is this VM doing? What is the summary? What the configurations are? It will give you everything here. And I can move these components here. I want this one. I don't like this one here. I put it here. And this one, I want to put it on the top. I can readjust everything. I'm just showing you the same demo what I have here. How it is possible, how you customize, you can customize even your GUI. Like I can move the things here. I want this screen here, blah, blah, blah. You can do all customization yourself. Accessing over the web only. See, I'm just dragging and dropping here. So why it is so popular? Provide the most robust proven hypervisor. Hypervisor is that hypervisor layer I was talking about. Delivers the most competitive platform, and then has a comprehensive management. Like you can manage everything over the GUI or over your dashboard. I can see what are my, like for example here, to show you, this is the last piece I want to show you. Okay, here is the one. Let me minimize this. Okay, this is my overall comprehension here. If you look at my system, this is my vCenter, my ESXos, my VMs, and then what is the summary I have? I have so many VMs, I have so many virtual machines, I have so much hosts, how they are being loaded, and everything. What is my pools, my performance? For example, if I want to see my system performance here, I can see performance, what it is doing, what is all going on. I can take a look on that one. It will show me everything. This dashboard is everything I want. Suppose I want to copy this ABCD system, all I need to do is clone the system, complete the system, clone the clone template, convert this template, or clone. I want to copy this ABCD to A, B, 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 C, D. What is the name I'm giving you? Okay, I just say, okay, next, finish. What it is it is cloning that system. I have this system. This is equivalent nothing but to ABCD I did it. How I copy this one. Suppose I can transfer that VM from here. I can export this system. Like if I say right click and say export this file over the VMware file, and then save that system in my system call. Okay, here you try OVA file and say okay. What it is doing, it is exported already. So let's go and see, because this is a small file, it might be faster. Big systems takes time, like ABCD. It's my ABCD system. I already have that file. exported that system. Other systems I have is like 11 gig or 12 gig depending, and I can FTP to the Chicago office, and then all they do is they go there and then deploy that VM. Where is that file? My file just now I took is on the E drive. Here is the E drive, and it's an OVF file. This is the file I have. Okay, and then what is the name of the file? I want this one as AYY, and then set this thing. Well, so I sent this file to Chicago, which is in a different location, and ask them to restore it there, and then have fun. See, this system is being sent to them, and it's restored with the name of AYY here. This is the same system. I copied, I cloned it, I read it. I just showed you because this is a demo we are having. I can't show you entire features of that one. I'm just showing you a couple of things here and there. It becomes so much easy and handy also. Has a comprehensive management for what is in, delivers the most platform automation, has a comprehensive management for the companies go 100%, has broadest overall support and all that, is a trusted, of course. Let me show you this thing. Okay, we have to cover. Oh, that's it. Okay, I am going to open up the mic. Hopefully, you might all got some information of what is virtualization, what we are teaching, what we are giving, what we expect from your knowledge. I'm going to open up the mic now and ask you question and answers. Please feel free. I'll be going one by one. There are only 15 to 15 people, one by one. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Ask me. I like even my training to be more interactive. You have to come up with your own answers. If you didn't understand, you have to ask me multiple times and all that. I'll walk you through till you understand the concept, and then you'll be confident. So let me start with the person where here on the top. Okay, I'm opening one person at a time. It's called Anand. Anand, what? Anand, you have any questions? Thanks for attending the class today. And let me know if you have any questions.
Not exactly.
Okay.
Because
hopefully, go ahead.
Suddenly I could not attend the whole this class, so I'm sorry about that.
All right. Hopefully it will be informative for you. But since you are all registered, Srini will be sending to you information on this one and schedules and other stuff. Okay.
Okay. So is it possible to view these slides again?
Yeah, it is possible. I'm recording the session. You can take a look on the whole training part, whole this presentation today, and I think it will be there for a couple of days, and you can take a look, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I'm going to ask the next person called Kanchan, K-A-N-C-H-A-N, Kanchan. Last name Pan. Any questions you have?
No, I'm good.
Was it informative for you? Whole buzzwords we've gone through this presentation?
Yep. Yeah, it's a demo class, so I don't expect much,
Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining. Any questions you have, you can send us an email.
Sure, not a problem.
All right. And let's move on to Lata, L-A-T-H-A, Pardawala. Any questions you have? If you are on mute, if you have questions, keep us an email, send us an email, we'll come back to you. Thanks for attending. And I want to talk to, I think we come back. Okay, you raise your hand. Let me see what question you had. Or you can type on the chat window if you have any questions. Lata, I can't hear you, but we can take offline because people are waiting here. And the other person I'm going to, next person is Sadia, S-A-D-I-A. Any questions you have? For some reason, Sadia, your mic is not getting unmuted. So I suggest you send an email or make a request. Okay, Lata, you have a question. What is the question you have, Lata? Where is the recording evaluation? Okay, the recording evaluation, Srini will be sending an email to you. So you can make a request, or I think by all the people will be getting a request, I guess. So that's the question you asked me and answered. Oh, the other person asking question, Srini. Srini, you have questions? No, it's not Srini. The other person I'm going to open up a mic is called Wasim.
Hi.
Yep.
Thank you for your time also. It was a pretty decent and pretty informative intro. Just the question is, are these recordings for all the class will be available for us later on?
Yes. All the recordings will be available for a brief time only, not forever.
Okay.
So you can get them and you can watch them on your own. And what
And
the
how about the
reason?
remote access? Is the remote?
Yeah, I will
Will it be
explain your
available
two
throughout the
questions.
week or?
There will be available round the clock. And the reason we don't encourage to put the recording all the time is what people think is that, oh, I had to attend the class today. Live is live, recording is recording. We want people sincerely to attend the class and get the information and be more interactive. Recording, okay, anyway, recording will be available. I can skip and I can attend tomorrow. So the tomorrow never comes. You always keep on take it easy. That's the reason we don't encourage. But recording is available. And the answer to your question, whether access is available weekend and all that, yes, it is available on the weekend also.
All right, great. That's all.
All right. Thanks for attending. I think I finished all of you. If you have any questions, please send us an email, and we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining. We'll see you soon. Goodbye for everybody.
Bye now.